Guess what? The lady ran for her life, because aside from the fact that I even beat her normally, beat her in front of her parents. There was one time that the father-in-law went to arrest him. That, oh, you're going to leave my daughter, you'll be beating her. Because of his power and influence, he arrested the father-in-law. Like, that was when I knew that this guy is not okay. He's mad. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adeduni, aka you already know, but for the sake of the first timers or you're new here, my name is Adeduni, aka DunzTohDun. Yeah, you already know. You know the vibes now. Anyways, long time no movie review. Like, please, I'm so sorry. Don't blame me. I think you should blame Netflix and other, movie channels, because guy, Netflix has been dry. You need to see the way I screamed when this movie came, Jagun Jaga. I was like, a breath of fresh air. Thank you for giving us something, because like, I search every time. Like, it feels like I've seen all the movies on Netflix, and you know the funny thing, right? You will now see #1 trending. You'll be so excited, like, oh, let me go and watch this. Guy, I bet you wouldn't even like leave the first 2 scenes because it's trash. I don't know how Netflix actually, vets their movies and upload. I don't know the board of maybe directors or board of committees that actually scrutinize it. But personally, I feel that they're not really doing some things right, because you see some movies that are meant to be on YouTube, I'm so sorry to say, you see them trending on Netflix, and I'm like, how did you even get the pass to come here? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, as I am right now, if Netflix is not sure for me, I will jackpot to what? Jackpot to Prime. Okay, enough of Netflix. So today I'm going to be reviewing some movies. Like I always say, I watch all these movies for you so that you don't have to waste your data. Data is not expensive. That's why DunzTohDun is here for you. So that I give you the movies and you watch. And if you know that, now, my friends, you people that you've been following, you know that anything I say, if I say something is 3/10, you know that it is definitely 3/10. So the first movie on my list is To Freedom. This is one movie that I was not even expecting how it turned out. Although some people said that it was predictable right from the first scene, but I didn't see it coming. Like, bro, I didn't really see it coming. And maybe because of the fact that it's about, obsession and domestic abuse. So I love the fact that they actually like went through another route, not the straight or beat to death. It's a movie about 2 couples that they were already giving God went vibes. That's why sometimes it's not everything that you say God went. Sometimes God is not even involved. So be careful what you wish for. So it was giving God went vibes. They marked their 5th year anniversary and everything was going on rosy. And okay, so there was this particular scene that, the guy was complaining that, how come you didn't have the description to your alert? And the girl was like, oh, she's sorry, because apparently it shows that the guy also gets our email notification. And all of a sudden, she said that she was going to the supermarket. Meanwhile, they have a maid, I guess, or a help that actually does all those runs. But she insisted that she was going to the supermarket. And she went to the supermarket, offered to call the husband. I'm like, oh, I'm stranded. I can't hear you well. I'm stranded. I can't hear you well. And that was just it. She went missing. 6 months down, 1 year down, she's still missing. No cops, no accident, no police, whatever. The guy tried all he could, but all efforts was to no avail. Even the parents and the friends, everybody was already moving on, because they were like, oh, I think they even did the funeral service, like, guy, move on, your wife is gone and everything. And actually, it was like, it's making make sense. My wife just went to the supermarket and you people are telling me to move on. I can't even find the body. Do you get? Then all of a sudden, he started like moving on, and he packed all our clothes, packed everything, and boom, he got an alert, an email notification on his phone. A sum of 2 million naira has been debited. And that instance, I was like, women has come. this lady actually ran for her life and she, is spending the money and everything. But that was not even the case. This lady ran for her life because of the domestic abuse, and it's got even bad because this guy is obsessed with her. Like, I think that, I don't know, maybe, when someone is too obsessed, like, if you leave, I'm going to die. If you leave me, you're going to die. It's kind of obsession. It was crazy. And immediately he felt that, oh, is either this guy is still alive or someone is trying to like get the money in the account. He went to the bank. They said no, they can't actually can't disclose such because it's invading privacy. Guess what? The lady ran for her life because, aside from the fact that I even beat her normally, beat her in front of her parents, it got that bad. And the annoying thing is that the lady has been trying all her best to leave the marriage, but anytime she tries, it's like jumping from frying pan to fire. But there was one time that the father-in-law went to arrest him, that, oh, you're going to leave my daughter, you'll be beating her. Guess what? Because of his power and influence, he arrested the father-in-law. Like, that was when I knew that this guy is not okay. He's mad. Because how would you arrest your father-in-law? And he went to the house and dragged the lady and said, are you okay? Come here. You can't leave me. Slapped her in front of my parents. My own prayer is that may God help us. If you're in a relationship, may God help you. If you are married, may God help you. If you are single, may God help you. Because some people are moving mad. One thing I don't like about the movie is the suspense is just too much. Like, they dragged it. Like, I'm like, okay, what's the next scene now? Show me the next scene. We know that you are mourning your wife. We know that this. Show me what happened to her, But I think aside that, that's just all. And it's a good watch. They acted it very well. But there's just some, few lapses here and there. But it's okay. I think everybody should watch this. For this, I'm going to rate it a 7.5. The second movie on my list is Devil in Agbada. God Almighty, please help me on this one. Help me on this one. Because, bro, why? Okay. The title, the storyline, everything, they're like 2 worlds apart. In my own opinion, I'm giving you my own opinion. They're like 2 worlds apart. Because, and even the way some actors were acting, like, it looked so, like, when you're watching a movie and you're like, oh, they're acting a movie. It looks so unreal, like no emotions. I don't know, but I was just, let me tell you. So, 3 ladies wanted to bring down a ruthless politician, right? Good. I was even like, okay, now that I'm seeing 3 ladies, like, then again, the acting skills, the way they were acting the fight scenes and everything, oh God, please, no. It's a no for me. But let me just tell you about it before I see. I'm even jumping the gun because of the way I'm feeling about the movie. So 3 ladies actually wanted to pull down a notorious and a ruthless politician because of all the atrocities that he had committed. He rapes ladies, collects properties that is not even his, everything was just like shady. And they started training to get a man. How can you, 3 ladies, penetrate into the house of a man that is heavily guarded? I don't know, like with weapons. Make it make sense, please. I don't get it. I don't even know if I should say unfortunately or fortunately, because even me, I'm confused. One of the ladies, right, is the daughter of the man's right hand. And you want to do that kind of thing? You didn't even inform your dad. You didn't tell him, oh, dad, stay away from this place at this time because, something bad is going to happen. But you just went ahead and, you started shooting and they shot your dad. And my head is just like sparking. I used to say it. You people should learn from the Koreans. If you want to revenge, see, they're like so many series. Koreans, I love the way they revenge. Like Koreans, I know that it's bad to revenge, but the way they would revenge for you, you would be happy. To be honest, I can't even lie. I'm not going to stress it too much. I'm not going to talk about it too much. This movie is a 3 for me. 3/10. You can watch it if you are less busy, you don't have any series you're watching, you don't have anything you're doing, and you want to arrange your room or you want to sweep your house. The number 3 movie on my list is You Already Know. You Already Know. I love this movie so much. Oh my god. The title is Jagun. Jagun. I mean, like I had so many like favorite scenes in this movie, but there's one that I told myself that I'm going to act for my people. That guy, that Femi Adebayo, when he was in like, I love the way Femi Adebayo and other people are putting, the Yoruba culture and heritage on the map. It is so beautiful to watch. Like, oh my god, this movie, it is a masterpiece. There's actually no wrong in this movie. They acted the roles very well. The actors, God, Lateef, Bukumi, Itele, all of them, they ate and left no crumbles. There's one other part that I really liked, and that was the voiceover. Oh my god, I don't know. I know they do effects and everything now. Like it could actually be someone's voice and they just like fine-tuned it. But if that's actually the voice of somebody, like that's how the person talks whenever he or she wants to do voiceover. Oh my god, just suiting to the ears. Is it enough? Let me just tell you about the movie. It's a story of a fearful fighter who has like a school or academy for the warriors, right? So they come from different villages to learn how to fight. He has charms, he's very good. He fights too, but we did not see him fight. The one time that he fought, that was the one time that he died. So I cannot even say that he knows how to fight. So he trains people, but he started getting threatened by a young boy. No, Brother Lateef is not young. He started getting threatened by a young man. He wanted to like give him a test so that he can be promoted, because he feels like, oh, this guy is going to take my spot. There are some people that they just want to be the only one. They don't want other people to fly. They don't want other people to be ahead of them. They want to be number one. But meanwhile, the sky is big enough for everybody to fly. So for the mere fact that someone is above you, it does not mean you should even be happy. You should be proud. That's why. And he's a very terrible teacher, because how can you want to train someone and you don't want them to be better than you? Do you understand? So he started getting trained, and the young man self is not even checking his daughter, that we eventually found out that it's not even his biological daughter. Do you understand? And he put him through so many tests, like put him inside the water, locked him in the coffin for like 7 days. Last he won of the battle. Then he now sent, the last phase was that he now sent, there's this deity called Agemo that he sends whenever the fights are not going all well and smooth, that he sends to kill everybody. Now sends that one. Guess what, guys? By the time they opened the face of the Agemo, it was the girlfriend. That's how they fought though. And he killed the man, Femi Adebayo. Is it Bogun something? Killed him. But I kind of think like there will be a part 2 for this movie, because the way they ended it, we now saw Ibrahim Chata now on the horse, and he now came and he was saying, oh, what happened? I'm like, is there going to be a part 2? I think that it should even be like a series, like the way Anikulapo is now. It should be a series, and it will be so nice. So I love this movie so much. Everything was on point. The fight scenes, that guy that actually trained them for their fight and stunt scenes is good. Like, it felt so real. The cinematography, the actors. I even learned that Lateef actually broke his leg while doing all the stunts and the act. Like, it's good. Everybody, but Femi is good. I give you. So I'm going to rate this movie because 10/10 is for my Jesus Christ. I shall not give any movie 10/10. So let's just stay between. Let's give it a 9, to be honest. I think I like it. It's worth a 9/10. The fourth movie on my list is Hijack, and this movie you can only find it on Apple TV. I don't have Apple TV myself, but I know that there are some places on Telegram, although I've not been able to hack that, but it's this site that I check movies on. So you can hit me up, drop in the comment section, let me, tell you about the site. There are a lot of movies on that site, and it just requires your data. But I don't think you can download. I think it's just, you can only stream it. So this movie is about a hijack. They hijacked a plane that was traveling from Dubai to London, and Idris Elba, being on the plane, is trying to meet his family in London. He was in the first class, and all of a sudden someone saw a bullet in the toilet, and everybody started like, what's up, why do we have a bullet in the toilet? Then immediately they found out that people already noticed the bullet. They began operation. So they did all that so that they could release two notorious men in UK, in London. I mean, I don't understand. So they had to like seize they hijacked the whole plane, and they were communicating with the heavy one in London so that they can release. So if they don't release the two people, they are really going to, they're going to take the plane down and go and land it in one crazy place. Point of United Kingdom, they were actually contemplating whether to release those two people or to drop the plane. And I was just like, oh man, like these people, they died. It got really bad that at some point they even told them to kill one person so that they can show that they really mean business. And after a while, they were trying not to. It got really rowdy at some point. That's one thing I didn't like about the movie. And Idris Elba, being the fact that he's a negotiator, he was trying to like negotiate things with the hijackers so that can lure them. So what do you want? Because that's what he does. Like, it's a full-time job. So he was trying to like talk to them. So what do you want? What do you want us to do? This and this and this. At some point, they even killed they shot the pilot. Do you understand? And meanwhile, because Idris Elba is so vocal and loud, and he was even like going to them and shouting and trying to like get their guns and everything, they threatened his son. His son went to his place that he was supposed to land. The son went there, and the hijackers, because they have communications both in the plane and in the city and in Dubai and wherever, like they actually got his son. And you know what saves that son, right? When his stepdad called him and they pointed a gun to his head and they were like, what's up, are you fine, are you okay? He was not fine, but he used a safe word. And in my head, I'm like, shame me, I have safe word like this. What is one thing that I can even say and people will be like, oh, this girl is in trouble? Maybe I will say I like pap. I would say custard is my best food. I don't know, but God forbid though, but I think everybody should have a safe word. It's a series, it's okay. The suspense, you want to know what happened, you want to know how they landed the plane, if they killed people, if they got them, Because of Idris Elba, please, let's give it a 7. Next movie on my list is The Lincoln Lawyer. I know there are like so many controversies, so many comparisons. You people that you have seen How to Get Away with Murder. The people I'm talking to, they know themselves. They know themselves, and they'll watch it and they'll catch themselves. People that you have seen How to Get Away with Murder, that you have seen Sweet, you've seen. What happened? Calm down. It is like also a love movie, but then you cannot be comparing. Must you compare every time? I know you love Analyst Kitten. Please leave my Mickey alone now. Okay, so this is the story of a guy that stopped practicing because I think he was addicted to some opiates or something, or he was sick or something. Then he stopped practicing. Then the moment that he was called back, he was asked to fill in for someone that has been shot. And apparently the person that was shot or that was killed or murdered self, not even shot, like I'm saying, like it's just shot. So the lawyer was murdered because of the particular case he was working on, and they called Mickey to come and fill in that space. And Mickey is so smart, but I can't lie, his smartness is after he has won the case, because he does not see things like this. He does not see that his clients are lying, and that's one thing the analysts will know when our clients are lying to her. But you see, Mickey will just defend you no matter what you've done. Even if you killed somebody, like name the worst thing, it's going to defend you, give like reasonable evidence facts, figures, everything, and you will be discharged though. But it's now after that you will now come and tell you, oh, you played me, right? You killed him, so you played him, you were using that. I'm like, oh, medicine after death. So that's the only, bad part. That's the only lapses he had, and that's why everybody's shouting that analysis is better, analysis is better. At least, did he win case? I mean, he did not win case. You won case. That's it. And he had so many different cases, and from one twist to another, from another plot to another. It's actually a great watch. I would definitely recommend to anybody. I can give it a 7.5. The next movie on my list is Ritchie, The Covenant. The movie is on Amazon Prime, and it is an action thriller. It's the story of a guy. The way that all these soldiers, they go to battles and they actually need an interpreter. Maybe they go to Afghanistan and they need an interpreter to maybe communicate and everything. So he went on the first mission and they killed the interpreter. Then the second one the second mission, this one, that's what they do for a living, from one war to another, no breaks, no time off. So the second mission he went for, he also got another interpreter, and unfortunately for them, they killed all of them except him and the interpreter, and he had a very bad injury. I think he was shot in the leg, and it got really bad that the interpreter, because he knows them, he could communicate with them, but they did not know that he was working for the Americans. They thought that he was part of them, so he was the one that actually kept him alive all through, carried him from one desert to another, from one place to another, from one village to another, and he could not walk. He was pushing him. So when the Americans came, they just carried their own. Now they flew him and they took him for treatment. And all of a sudden, when he was really okay, he was like, guys, where is the interpreter? This guy helped me, protected me, he saved me. Where is he? Meanwhile, the Americans denied him of passage into America. So now they left his family. They left him and his family in that same town with the enemies, and those ones already know that he's the traitor. Okay, we call him a traitor. He already knows that he worked with the Americans. That's how this guy said no, he's going to get the guy, he's going to get the interpreter. There's nothing they can do for me. He went to meet his boss and they should help him. They said no, they can't do anything, it's beyond their power. And he said he's going to go for a solo fight. He's going to go and defend him, go and get him away from the place. That's our action. That's why he started though. He got to the city, and meanwhile, those ones already spotted him. They're like, oh, really? What effrontery do you have to even come to meet us here? That's how they started fighting though. And there was at a point where he thought he was going to die, that when he wanted to shoot someone and there were no bullets left. That's why he thought he was going to die. All of a sudden, that's why just helicopter, the Americans, they came to save him. It's a good watch, although it's long and it requires patience. I would rate this movie 7.5. The last movie on my list is Heart of Stone, and this is just like the regular American spy movie, but I love it. It's interesting, especially the girl. I really love Rachel Stone. I love the way she acted. She killed that role, and it's so beautiful. So it started off that she was in a particular group with three different people, and she's the the cyber girl that all she does is just hack into someone's computer, hack into the security system, hack into the phone, not knowing that she also has some abilities to actually fight, shoot, and she's very, very good. But I didn't even understand why she was pretending at first, all for me to realize that she was actually an undercover in that particular team, because she works for another set of people. I think those ones are called the Charter, and they went for that mission, but unfortunately for them, the mission failed. And when she was going back to revert to her boss, she was like, okay, that was when I knew that, oh yeah, now I get it. She was undercover and everything. Then another mission came again, that they found out that there's a lady, I think an Indian lady, which is also the cyber girl, was trying to hack into the heart. The heart is the artificial intelligence system that controls every and anything. It's I don't know, like when you watch the movie, you understand what I'm saying. It controls the lifts, it controls, how planes can, land, helicopters can take off, everything that is connected to the system of like the whole city. It is controlling it. And meanwhile, there's one guy, Parker, in that team that actually is not even working with the team. That one too is like trying to deceive everybody. Meanwhile, he wanted to just take revenge. So he and the Indian babe, they actually came together just so that they can get the heart. And they know that the only way to get the heart is through Rachel Stone. Man, they got the heart too. When they got the heart, no power now. Power is so intoxicating. The power got into Parker's head that he was just using the art anyhow, killing people, dropping people's lifts. Aside dropping people's lifts, he wanted to like shut down everything, and he even got Stone's people stuck in a room with no oxygen, and it's only the ant that can control it. Thank God for the cyber girl, the Indian girl, that actually felt like, no, this is not what I want to do. The only thing I wanted to do is to revenge my parents. So why are you misusing this? Why do you want to kill people? Why are you, abusing this power? So that one actually like started working with Stone. So thank God for that one. Else, the guy is going to abuse the power and use it for all the most ridiculous things in this world. At the end of the day, they killed him. Stone got to the venue. They killed the guy and they protected the art. It's a good watch. It's also long, like 2 hours plus. No, I think it's like 1 hour 30 minutes or 2 hours, but you would enjoy it. It is very, very, very good. I would rate it a 7.5. And that's the end of today's movie review. If you have watched all of this movie, please drop your comments. Let me know, is the rating aligning? Is the rating? Let me know your ratings on this movie. And if you haven't seen it, please try to watch some that I recommended. And please let me also know the movies that you want me to rate next. And don't forget to subscribe, please. If this is your first time, thank you for watching. Subscribe, click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post. It's still your girl, your beautiful girl, DunzTohDun. Toodles.